The numbers are so big that they are hard to digest and understand. So what do these sobering statistics really mean to our people, to our cities, where statistics are really human lives? And what can our government, lame duck or otherwise, actually do to help? Joining me now is a mayor facing these tough economic times, Newark Mayor Cory Booker.
Thank you, Arianna, for having me on.
Thank you so much, Cory, for being here. You know, I thought that you, of all people, who've actually lived among the working poor of Newark, as well as the people who had no jobs, could actually tell us what is going on now. I mean, these were desperate times anyway in Newark for many, many years. How much worse is it now?
Well, I think cities all over America are grappling with the realities. The statistics we hear on TV about job loss, they have a very powerful impact on individuals and families, and they don't even tell the full story. This doesn't include people whose unemployment benefits ran out already. It doesn't include people that had part-time jobs. It doesn't include people that worked maybe for 6 months in a job and then lost their job and they didn't stay there long enough to earn the unemployment benefits in the first place. So you have hundreds of thousands of Americans in cities, in towns, and neighborhoods who really right now are looking for hope and looking for opportunity.
And so what can we do about it? Obviously, there are two questions. One is, what can city governments like yours do about it? But also, what can we as citizens do about it?
Well, first of all, I think governments all around the country right now are in trouble, and a lot of city governments are facing tough decisions. I heard in New York State they're even thinking about firefighters or police officers. We can't allow any backwards slide in terms of protecting core services for residents. We can't allow that. I'm hoping that the Bush administration and soon Obama administration looks to do that. But on the local level, we've got to be creative in our local economies. And in Newark, we've been trying to do a lot of things. First of all, make people aware of the resources that are out there that they're not using already. Barack Obama very, very intelligently said that we need to expand the earned income tax credit, but there are millions of Americans who are eligible for such a wonderful give back from the government after working hard for a year that don't apply for the earned income tax credit. In addition to that, this is the time actually to feed capital into important programs. We just had the Nobel Peace Prize winner this year, Mohammed Yusuf, win because of microloans. And so in Newark right now, we're focusing on a new microloan program. We're about to launch 13 new businesses in this economy. We just launched one last week that's employing 20 people, ex-offenders, and getting our economy moving. So this is a time not to retreat from who we are in cities, places of entrepreneurialism, places of innovation. This is the time to embrace new ideas, new innovations, and courageously push through this economy. And one area I know you've talked about is just green jobs. Here's where moving into the winter, we know that there's lots of public institutions that could be saving millions of dollars. They can give back to taxpayers if we just weatherize our buildings and have energy-conscious efforts going on that also could help create businesses. Who's going to do the weatherization? Who's going to do that work?
So in a sense, you are saying that a crisis is a terrible thing to waste.
Absolutely.
And we might be able to actually use it to bring about a lot of the changes that we've been talking about for many years, but actually not bringing about.
What's defined American greatness over the centuries, the 2 centuries of our existence, has always been we've met times of crisis not by giving into fear or despair, but by meeting it with innovation, with grit, with determination that we're going to evidence the best of our society. In American cities right now, I believe as opportunities, as difficult as it's going to be, are opportunities to better manifest who we are, for people to pull together. But I also believe, look, D.C. has an obligation. We've got to do those things. We're a country of collective struggle, collective sacrifice. And this is not a time that we should be turning our back on the unemployed. We should be extending unemployment benefits like the Obama administration has already suggested, and doing other things like that.
One last thing very quickly. Today, Barack Obama appealed to his list, his amazing list of 10 million people to help with the fires in Southern California, to help in terms of providing money and in terms of volunteers. Could that be used across the country? Could we actually call on the American people to do something themselves beyond lobbying the government to do something?
I mean, think about this. I stood in awe and admiration of the millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars donated for an election campaign. Well, the election is over, but the campaign for America is not over. This is a time for all of us that were so energized by the election of an individual to recognize that real change in America is made by the people themselves, not one leader. We all have to continue the movement, continue the momentum that have brought about this electoral change to make sure that we rescue our nation in this time of crisis and assert ourselves through a crisis to claim the destiny I think that still waits for America, that still so many Americans are yearning for and hungering for.
Cory, thank you so much. Thank you for being with us, and we'll be watching what you're doing in Newark and what you're helping spark around the country.
Thank you very much, and this is a great show that really is inspiring a lot of people in my city and beyond.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.